Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. The tropics are busy. We're going to be covering that on WFTV Channel 9 as we go throughout the week. Our team's got you covered on any of these developments. One spot here bringing life-threatening flooding to parts of Central America. This area should be flaring up even more so later today. Hurricane hunters, the planes, the aircraft, they may get into it later today. And then this spot here to the east of the Bahamas, it's the tail end of a front. There's going to be some leftover moisture, and then that will just kind of be hanging out, and that may develop a little bit. I'll show you that in a moment. Here's what's going on though. A surge of moisture closer to Florida, and this surge of moisture though will be off toward the west of Florida, lifting up toward Louisiana. And then eventually, as we get development in the Bay of Campeche or the Gulf, that'll swing back more toward Texas or Mexico. So a really busy pattern. And then the Bahamas looking good now, but it's to the east of the Bahamas. I'm watching that flare up, but there's that flare up even on the Pacific side. Really heavy rain, and all this moisture around will eventually see a spin developing in the western Gulf. So that's one of the spots we're watching. Here's Florida, Bahamas. Let me kind of set the stage at a couple areas. All of this rain around, right? Some of it already lifting up to the north. And then we're watching this spot right here for some signs of development. That's the tail end of the front. Some leftover moisture just kind of hanging out. So this is as we go throughout the day today. Now high pressure is in control up here. So this leftover moisture can't really escape. It's just kind of stuck in place. So we'll be watching this spin kind of rotating around that. So this again throughout the day today. Couple areas to watch. Now going out in time into tomorrow, a broad spin here on the European model, but there should be a little more of a focus spin near the Bay of Campeche that will eventually develop. But either way, some heavier rain moving back toward Texas, then eventually into Mexico, and still that heavy rain back toward Central America. But there should be that spin over here, and that's where we'll see either a tropical depression and or a tropical storm trying to form over the next few days. And then this area here, not showing signs of development, but just kind of watching it, and you can see that area of rain that we'll monitor as we go all the way through the end of the week. Now, here's what happens. This is on our Tuesday. Let's move forward and work our way into our Wednesday, and you can see some sort of spin trying to develop down here, heavier rain parts of Texas and Mexico right here. So we get that surge of moisture that starts to work in. So we're going to see out ahead of it that intense flooding and also that possibility of a tropical storm. And then still down through Central America, even more rain. It's that pattern that's just kind of stuck, more flooding rain feeding in moisture. There's that area of high pressure. So this kind of general area in here, right about here, that's some of the rain we're watching. It doesn't escape. Now that area of high pressure may move off enough to allow some of that moisture to get up toward the Carolinas. But going out in time here, let's bring you into Thursday. Whatever this is, by Thursday morning, most likely a tropical storm tries to move inland, either towards South Texas or Mexico. So that would be by Thursday morning. And then you see the buildup of moisture there. Still the European model not showing signs of it developing as of now. But at this point, it's getting very close to the Gulf Stream. That's the really warm water. And once it gets over that, there is a chance it flares up. This is here. This is by later on Thursday. This system moves in, and then watching out for that area just to see what happens. But there's the Gulf Stream there with those warm water temperatures of about 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Also very warm water here in the western Gulf of Mexico, and that's just one of the reasons there may be some development. The American model pretty much showing the same thing, just a ton of moisture around here, and there's the leftover rain that we're watching, the tail end of that as we get into this afternoon. So with that said, as we go throughout the week, this here is on Tuesday, and this the American model, just like the European, showing that surge of moisture to parts of Louisiana and Texas, but somewhere in here there may be that spin developing as we get into tomorrow afternoon, developing tropical system that will move in. And then there's some of the rain on Wednesday, still off toward the east of Florida and off to the east of the Bahamas. So this is Wednesday. Now whatever this system is will start to work in and start to move inland, and there's that next area of rain. We'll see if it does develop. Right now not signs of that, but that starts to move closer on Thursday, and then another surge of moisture in the Caribbean. So as far as this area goes to the east of the Bahamas, the European, American, Canadian, and the German model, the Icon, none of them are showing this developing at this point into a tropical storm. But we always look kind of out in advance, and we know that Gulf Stream is very warm. Sometimes that does help trigger things or help spin things up, and that's what we'll keep an eye out for. But a huge surge of moisture, 12 to about 18 inches of rain will be possible in parts of especially southeastern Texas, watching over toward Mexico with that big plume of rain that will be moving in the next couple days. Now, if that area does get a name, first name on the list is Alberto, then Beryl, Chris, Debbie, Ernesto, and we'll see how we get down this list of names. So definitely getting busier. That disturbed weather to the east of the Bahamas. It'll move back toward the U.S., toward the southeast U.S. the next couple days. Some development is possible, and we should get that development in the western Gulf of Mexico rather soon. And we will keep you posted as we go throughout the week. Thank you for being with me, and have a good rest of your day.